Clean, dirty. Change your air filters, folks. Let's start with the obvious, which is changing your filter on a regular basis. You would be surprised how many people don't do this, but this is how your system breathes, so all the dog hair, dust, pollen gets sucked up into this filter, and if you don't change it, it has a hard time being efficient. Write directly on the filter when you need to change it next, and just get the subscriptions from Amazon, so that way if they start piling up, you know you haven't been doing your job. Next, turn your system off and pour a gallon of hot water down the condensate drain line. Get a large, long funnel, put it directly into the drain line, and pour the water in. This will flush out any mildew, mold, any sort of clogs that might have gotten in there. And this is what it looks like if it's flushing correctly. You can see it's nice, clear water, and there's nothing built up in there. Cut away any trees, branches, bushes, shrubs that are coming in contact with the HVAC system outside. You should have about 12 to 18 inches of space. This is what is pulling outside air in, so in order for it to be running as efficiently as possible, we want to make sure that there's nothing impeding it. Next, we're going to go into the system, so we want to turn the power off. Your box might look like that, or it might be a breaker, a main electrical panel. Regardless, you want to find it and shut it off, because when we open it up, you certainly don't want it turning on. First thing we're going to want to do is clear any exterior debris. I'm working on both a mini split and a traditional HVAC system today, so I've switched back and forth between mini split and my regular, I think, 4-ton unit. Opening it up, we can see that there's a lot of debris in there. We just want to vacuum it up, make sure that it's nice and clear, clean, and that there's nothing that could get sucked up in there. Or that's obviously impeding the efficiency of the AC. Next, we'll take the fan off the top of the other unit, and you can see it is incredibly dirty. Just set it aside there, and we want to make sure that we're going to get all of that tree leaves, debris out of there. You can see it makes a world of difference here. Next, we're going to take some Coil Cleaner. I had about a half can of this lying around, and then I got this Frost King as well. So I used both of them. They both seem to work pretty equally, and we're going to coat the coils with it and just douse it. Somebody in some comments said it's best to spray from the bottom up, so I was trying that for the most part. We're going to let that sit and break down any of the dirt and grime that might be on the outside and inside coils. So before we close the lids up, we're going to want to make sure that we do this on the inside as well. And just douse it really well. I would say 1 can per unit is a safe guesstimate for how much you're going to need. We'll let that sit for a little bit, and then we're going to rinse it off, and you can see the coils are looking nice and clean, especially the ones on the inside. Don't neglect the inside coils. It's very easy to just want to spray the outside ones, but in this example here, you can see how built up and dirty that dirt and grime is on the coils there. That particular unit sits right outside of the dryer vent, so I think a lot of lint gets sucked up in there. But after we rinse it off, this is what it's going to look like, nice and clean. Much better. And again, we'll just continue doing it to all of the coils everywhere. I started running low, so I wasn't as generous with it by the end, but these coils are really clean anyway. So you'll see here that it didn't take very much to keep them clean. And those are looking really nice. I put it on mist setting. There's no need to douse the system completely. You're just wanting to get a little bit of water on there so that it can pull so that it can pull the foam off, and then that's really clean. After this, one trick the home inspectors have always taught me is you want to make sure that your unit is level. This is so that the mechanics, the fan, and everything inside of it are operating perfectly, and there's no extra strain on any of the moving components or parts in there. So you can't see what I did, but I just jacked it up and then shoved some dirt under there, and it held just fine. If you have any other clogs or you want to just be extra safe, you can hook the ShopVac up to the condensate drain line as well and just get a good suction out of there, because as you can see there's a lot of tree leaves, debris, the lawnmower, just rain and wind will blow a lot up in there and clog it, and sucking it out with the ShopVac makes a great way to clear it.